Our studios, Tropical Country with B-dawg and Lou.
I like the steel drums played with the steel guitar. I go to honky-tonks and to tiki bars. I like girls in bikinis and wearing tight blue jeans. I like the fiddle played with marimba thrown in and a conga drum beat behind the mandolin. I was raised in the country but still love the sound of the sea. I wear a cowboy hat with my bathing suit. I'm just a country boy who likes to sit under a palm tree. I'm not all mixed up, I just like my music. Tropical country. I like the Beach Boys songs about California. I dig the Zac Brown band way down in Georgia. Alan Jackson singing It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And Jimmy Buffett, all of his songs I know. I like Toby Keith's Good to Go to Mexico. I was raised in the country but still love the smell of salty air. I wear a cowboy hat with my bathing suit. I'm just a country boy who likes to sit under a palm tree. I'm not all mixed up, I just like my music. Tropical country. I take my rum and my beer, both with a slice of lime. I love tropical drinks, still like the taste of moonshine. I drink tequila shots, take my whiskey on the rocks, and groove on Kenny Chesney. And I take my music, tropical country. One for each hand. Garth Brooks sang it, you can understand. Every now and then you got to get to a beach somewhere. There's a guaranteed way to bring back your smile. But if you can't go to some tropical isle, just close your eyes and let a good song take you there. I wear a cowboy hat with my bathing suit. I'm just a country boy who likes to sit under a palm tree. I'm not all mixed up, I just like my music. Tropical country. I'm not all mixed up, I just like my music. Tropical country.
Welcome to the very first episode of Tropical Country. Hey, we made it.
Hey, everybody.
You're sounding like an echo. Here, let's try that again.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
That's better.
In case you didn't know, I am B-dawg, and of course, sitting across the way from me is not only my partner in this adventure, or misadventure, however you want to look at it, is the love of my life, the wonderful Laura Lou.
Thank you, babe.
And we are streaming live on YouTube right now, so working on all the technical aspects of the flying the plane here. You know, the Tiki Man has graciously given us the control of the studio, so he may learn to regret that. Who knows?
Being in the cockpit's a little different than just sitting here talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, there, we've got the crowd out there.
Hey, everybody. We've got some wonderful support out in the chocolate bar.
Yes. Alan showed up, and of course, you know, the Tiki Man hip chicks out there, and J-Man, so they're all cheering us on, and
Yeah.
and we've had a wonderful crowd of people who's been messaging us all week and wishing us luck in this whole thing.
And we've already got some people on YouTube that are
Oh, really?
chiming in saying it sounds good. Scott Dyer's still out there. Miss Gina Smith. So, hi, you guys. Thanks for sticking around to listen to us after the adventures of the Sunday morning show.
Well, I'm going to tell you what to kind of expect out of this show is not to expect anything, because we're going to fly by the seat of our pants, because we don't ever know what's going to happen. So, pretty much kind of like the Sunday show is, we don't know.
We're a work in progress, but we're going to have fun while we learn.
Absolutely. And, before we get the show started, we have to give a shout out and a wonderful thank you to Gene Mitchell, who allowed us to use this song as our theme song and kind of steal the title from him. Yeah,
that song is basically everything that we had in our heads for the show. It's the perfect theme song, so thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we kind of was bouncing around as to, what we wanted to call it. We had a name in mind, and then we started doing some research and then realized, well, that name had been used like several times. So we didn't want to kind of copy anything, and then it just happened to be one day I come across that song of Gene's, and I'm like, that perfectly describes what we're aiming with the show. And our Wednesday night show was born. So and there it happened. So So thank you to Gene. He was so gracious to let us use that, and he told us a story about the show, about the song, because the song originally wasn't even called Tropical Country. It was actually Nashville Goes to the Beach. So based upon his the whole thing about all the beach music coming out of Nashville is kind of what inspired that song, and then through the works of writing the song, it changed to Tropical Country. So it's great that he was allowed us to use that. So thank you very much to Gene Mitchell. Super good that. Guy, and he's got some new music out now, I understand. Yes, and we're going to hopefully maybe get Gene on this show at some point in time once I figure out how to fly the plane. Once we can get steadily. As fancy as the Tiki Man. That's right. Again, he's done it for a long time, so he's well polished. So we're going to work out the kinks, and we just ask that be patient and just come along for the ride. Our plans here is to share a lot of our experiences, a lot of stories, and just to have a good time in general. To tell you that this opportunity itself is a dream of mine come true. It started back when I was 8 years old, and I was a little Cub Scout. And I did a tour of a radio station, and I fell in love with the radio back then. And then going through high school, I became a DJ, so I was a DJ for hire, and pretty much played just about anything and anything that anybody wanted to hear at that point. And at some point it almost got me kicked out of the Tiki Bar when I hijacked the Tiki Bar one night, DJing some old 80s We took the Tiki music. Bar to the club. Yeah. Poor Danny. Yeah. Between the karaoke and the hip-hop night, I was kind of questioning if this show was ever going to happen, because he was like, I don't know if I think he was too. I don't know if I should trust this guy to fly the plane or not. So, but thankfully he has graciously allowed us to do that. So I cannot thank the Tiki Man and the Hip Chick for just giving us that opportunity. No pressure, but the Tiki Man staring at us in here. So he's like, don't crash my plane, damn it. So we're going to do our best not to crash the plane. But, to give you a little bit of background, Laura, Lou, and I, we've coming up with an ideas for the show. Prior to moving to Tennessee, we lived in Ohio, and we were well within the country music scene. And we had an opportunity we've attended festivals, worked festivals. Laura Lou, she was knee-deep in the country music world for a long time, working with some artists. So, we have a lot of stories that we're going to pass along. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, I'm going to tell you, our life is a soap opera. let me tell you.
We live on a little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been listening to the Sunday show, in 2019, 2020 was a lot of drama for us, and we had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but it's 2021, so, things are definitely looking up for sure. So,
and no matter what wave comes by and knocks us down, we always get back up, brush the sand off, and keep on going. So,
yeah. And so, the amount of friends and support that we've had here has just been overwhelming.
Yeah.
And everything, but why don't you kind of tell them a little bit about the kind of the background of where some of our stories are going to be coming from?
Well, I grew up as a big old hillbilly, living in the north, but my family was from the south. So if y'all have ever seen the Andy Griffith Show and the music that went on there, playing the jug and the spoons and the washboards and the banjos, and that's kind of how I grew up. Every weekend they played music and fell in love with it.
Your family was the Darlings.
Yes, we were the Darlings. Not as a matter of fact, the hippie chick for Christmas this year got me some personalized spoons so that I could play those. I'm nowhere near as good as my mom and my grandma were, but I'm learning. So we grew up like that, and as I got older, once I realized that singing was more of a drinking beer, kind of having fun thing for me instead of a professional thing, I got on the other side of things, started going to a lot of live concerts, meeting some regional artists and things like that, and got hooked up with a guy named Matt Van Fossen, who was a country music singer from Ohio. Ended up becoming kind of his tour manager. Did his website, booked his gigs, things like that. And we just ended up having a ball. Took him, we were all over Ohio, tri-state area, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Got down here to Nashville a few times, and a huge festival called Jamboree in the Hills, which has a lot of stories to go with that, and got to meet a lot of wonderful national artists there, and just really learned a lot and fell in love with it. So between the two of us, then I think you jumped on board with us, and
yeah, I started, you kind of brought me in. I started out as kind of a fan, and then started doing some security work because the boy started blowing up and got a little fan base followed him. So he hired me on, and so I did some security work for him, and then through doing that, we really got into meeting a lot of artists, not only the independent artists, but we've been able to rub elbows with some of the nationally signed artists that you're well familiar with.
And I can't leave out Neil McCoy.
Well, yeah, we're going to talk.
That was pre-Matt, but Neil,
we're going to talk about Neil McCoy
huge
later.
Shout out to Neil,
because I play second fiddle to Neil McCoy, so but we'll go over that at some point in time, and talk about Neil. And I'm pretty sure here later on we're going to be, playing some of his music. But we talked about Matt and everything, and then we got stories of just our life because we are parents of the all-female Brady Bunch. I don't know if anybody knows that, but Laura and I, we came together from other relationships, and I had 3 daughters, and she had 3 daughters. So, and then we decided, well, what the heck? Let's just get, we got together. So, being surrounded by women, I'm outnumbered all the time. So I never know. I never know what I'm doing. I'm right. I'm wrong. Well, I'm never right. So let's just face that. I'm never right. So, and what they say. It doesn't matter if it's Lou or it's the girls. They say one thing, they mean another. I mean, they're just constantly. They're confusing to listen to. So your boy there, Matt Van Fossen, he had a song that just absolutely just describes.
You didn't know it was going to become your life when the song came out, but it did.
When I heard the song, I was like, that's a pretty good song. But then I was like, okay, wait a minute. When did that become my life? So he has this song. We're going to go ahead and we're going to play it for you. And it's the Tiki Man Radio debut of Matt Van Fossen. So I'm pretty sure all the guys are going to be really able to relate to the song. So here's Matt Van Fossen, A Woman's Words.
Jimmy's bachelor parties at the Pussycat Lounge. and all she said was fine. I said, don't wait up for me, I'll be coming home late. And all she said was fine. But when I got home, everything I owned was scattered across the front yard. And I knocked and knocked, 'cause she changed the locks, and I woke up in the back of my car. Yeah, find me Jerome, find me, she's right. Find his fuse on a stick of dynamite. A woman's words are complicated, they're easily misinterpreted. You didn't really hear what you think you thought you heard. No, we'll never understand a woman's words. So I called her up from work and I said, what's wrong? And all she said was nothing. I said, what can I do to make it up to you? And all she said was nothing. So I thought she might forgive me if I got her something sexy. So I bought half the lingerie store. But she threw the whips and the lace right back in my face, and she slammed the bedroom door. Yeah, when she says nothing, run as fast as you can, 'cause nothing means something's about to hit the fan. A woman's words are complicated, they're easily misinterpreted. You didn't really hear what you think you thought you heard. Will man ever understand a woman's words? Now I'm not mad, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead, honey, have it your way. Beach is working on a plan to make you pay, 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 pay. A woman's words are complicated, they're easily misinterpreted. You didn't really hear what you think you thought you heard. Will man ever understand a woman's words? A woman's words are complicated, they're easily misinterpreted. You didn't really hear what you think you thought you heard. Will man ever understand a woman's words? A woman's words.
That is our good friend Matt Van Fossen from the Ohio Valley. So, how long were you managing him?
Oh Lord, close to 10 years, I think.
I know it was a while, because I think you were with him about 3 years before I was. 2
Yeah.
years, 2 years.
2 years.
So, because I know the first album had just came out just before I think I joined up with you guys.
Yeah, I think so.
We got to meet him. So, fantastic guy, fantastic artist. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any new music coming out right now, but hopefully with some encouragement and some Tiki Man Radio, maybe he'll start blowing up again and get back performing.
Yeah, anybody who's interested in his music, he actually doesn't have his artist page up on Facebook right now because of the pandemic. He was getting too many requests for shows and things like that, and he just felt bad having to turn them down. So, but he does have his music up on iTunes, Google Play, I believe even on Amazon. But yeah, so check him out, everybody. Super, super good guy. But we have some shout outs here.
All right, who's out there listening?
Miss Patty Smith gave me some hearts for Jamboree in the Hills.
All right.
So somebody else knows about Jambo. Rest in peace, Jambo. I hate it that it's no longer around, but it was huge up there and so much fun. Michelle Myers, of course, loves the logo and the title of the show.
Laura Lou did all that artwork, and it's fantastic. So couldn't be more perfect. I'm proud of her for that.
Thank you. And Michelle also says, B-dawg, repeat after me. Yes, honey.
I'm going to resist, but my famous saying with her is I'm wrong, you're right, because I constantly have to try to be right, just to ultimately be proven that I was wrong.
Scott Dyer said three things I live by. Since no men are in his immediate family. Yes, dear, I'm sorry, and you're right.
Well, definitely, I've learned the hard way. I'm a slow learner, but slowly the girls have all beaten me into submission to where I'm just like, okay, whatever. I just live here.
Oh, we have a listener that has buried himself out of the snow. Our soon-to-be son-in-law, JT, is out there. He just said, hey.
Hey, JT. Thanks for listening. Him and Giraffe. They together today?
Rachel is stranded in, I believe, Dresden. Last I talked to her a little while ago, they got a ton of snow up there in Ohio, so she was trying to make it the hour-and-a-half trek back from her friend's house where she grew up to Columbus, where they live now. So she's about halfway there, last I knew, and stopped to take a break while they clear some more roads for her. So hopefully she's safe and doing fine.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that has been an advantage about us making the trek and moving to Tennessee is that we don't have to deal with the weather and all the snow. And I just kind of laugh when I see it on Facebook. It's like, I don't miss it. Which I know you're always been a fan of the snow, which I just...
Oh, I love the snow. There's no sense in it being cold if it doesn't snow and get pretty. See?
No. I disagree, but again, I'm probably wrong. But anyway, so, we talked about, you brought up your buddy Neil McCoy.
Yeah.
So, why don't you, tell everybody about, your fascination, almost stalker instinct that you have with Neil McCoy.
It started actually about 27 years ago. Just started, I went and saw him in concert one time and was hooked. I've never seen a better entertainer, a more friendly guy behind the scenes and on stage. What you see on stage is truly what you get behind the scenes. He talks to everyone. He's just a phenomenal person. And now his latest venture is every morning he does the Pledge of Allegiance on Facebook.
He holds the world record for that, doesn't he?
I don't think they ended up giving it to him in the official Guinness book because not every country has a pledge. So it didn't qualify, but yes.
That's just a bunch of bull.
Yeah, but yes, I believe he's going on, he's over 3 years, never missing a day. So he goes live every morning on Facebook and does pledge and things like that. But he's just a phenomenal person.
And I tell you, if you never had an opportunity to see Neil McCoy in concert, he takes it to a whole new level. And he doesn't just stick to country. He'll bust out a little bit of old 70s rock, the stuff that, things have influenced him and everything. But, Laura Lou's not telling the whole truth because, again, she's talking about, how great of a performer that he is and all that. But she's not telling you about, how she's secretly in love with the guy.
Listen, he's Neil. I mean, what else can you say? And most recently we had... Neil's mentor was Charlie Pride,
yes.
And we lost him recently. Mm-hmm. So Neil has done a lot of, even before Charlie passed away, Neil put out a tribute album for Charlie called mm-hmm. Pride. And hopefully I'm going to reach out to Neil and see, back in the day, we knew each other pretty well. I don't know about now. He's met a lot of people since me, so we'll see. But I'm going to try to rope him in.
I am going to share a story since we're on the Neil McCoy topic, because, when she's like, Neil, I know Neil. And you know how a lot of people are just like, yeah, okay, you know them. And she's like, no, I know Neil. And it's like, okay, so we went to a concert. He was performing locally, and she's like, come on, we'll walk around to his bus. Well, this is usually a story that it's not going to end well. It's like we're going to get arrested or something like that. So we walked around standing there by Neil's bus, and then the next thing you know, the doors open, and members of his band actually get off the bus. They look up and they see Lou, and they're like, "Lou!" And they all come running over, giving her hugs and everything like that. And it's like, okay, maybe she is in with the band. I don't know.
Is that the night I had to make a beer run?
Yeah, they're like, hey,
Yeah.
can you do us a favor? Go get some beer and bring it back, and then we're going to party after the show. So it's like, okay, so the girl, she wasn't lying. She has an in. She's in with the band.
Now, I will say, I never made it on the bus. That would be Giraffe.
Yeah.
She was all cute and little, standing there singing every single song. So
Yeah.
they took her on the bus to meet Neil and,
Yeah.
and get a picture and all that stuff.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't just the band, because, of course, Neil comes off the bus, and, not too many people get to see him hanging around when he's not in stage gear. And he comes off wearing these shorts and a bucket hat and bright orange Crocs. And he comes over and gives Lou a little hug, and and tells her he's glad to see her and everything like that. And so got to make the introduction, got to meet Neil, and we've seen him several times in shows, and there was 2 years in between the point in time when I got to meet him the first time, and we went to see him again, and I was at a show where I actually had, pretty good seats. That's kind of up front, and he was actually walking from the bus to the stage. It was an outdoor venue, and he looked up and seen me there, and walked out in the crowd and said, "Hey, great to see you again." So he really he remembers his fans, and he is very approachable. He's not, like the big. You would never guess by talking to the guy that he is a 2-time CMA Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah.
Because he's just that down to earth and such a nice guy. But Lou, she's such in love with him. She would leave me in a heartbeat for Neil McCoy.
Well, I've heard all couples have that one cheat person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, for her, it's Neil. All he would have to do is just walk up to her and give her a little wink.
I woke up this morning, my head felt dense. I splashed it with water, trying to make it make sense. I stumbled to the kitchen, she was standing at the sink. All she had to do was just give me that wing. And slam bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need a psychoanalyze or have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. Well, it's her way of saying she's on my side. An unspoken message that works every time. When my brain starts smoking and I can't even think, all she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. Slam bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need a psychoanalyzer, have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. In this complicated world, it may sound absurd, but simple little things are the miracle cure. Pushed to the limit or standing at the brink, all she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. And slam bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need a psychoanalyzer, have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. And slam bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need a psychoanalyzer, have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing.
Yeah, one wink and I would be history gone.
It might take 2.
Leave me in a cloud of dust. Hey, everybody looks like they're having a good time out there at the chocolate bar.
Yeah, we've got, and JT says that G-Raf is on her way home, so she's back on the road. They must have gotten the roads cleared up a little bit.
All right, good deal. Good deal.
The Sean Crawley says congratulations.
The beautiful
Sean Crawley says that congratulations on the new show. We look and sound great. So I appreciate that. She wishes us good luck.
Well, thank you.
And Z-Razor, country music is definitely a tropical state of mind. So glad Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou has brought it to the mainstream. So we really appreciate all of the support that we're getting today.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate everything that all the good vibes and everybody has been sending to us. Wishing us luck and everything. And trust me, as time goes, we will get this thing polished. And I'm working on the YouTube video. Sorry if I'm not staring into the camera. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the.
He's busy flying the plane.
On the controls. I'm busy flying this plane. It's kind of like whenever I tried to learn playing guitar, I would stare down. All you'd see is the top of my head. So if that's what you're staring at, I apologize. I can see why the Tiki Man always wears sunglasses. So that way nobody can tell if he's looking at the camera or not.
There you go.
So, but unfortunately, I can't see if I put these sunglasses on a little too dark. But definitely thank you everybody for your support, and we greatly appreciate it. And to give you when you're going to be able to catch the full show. Today is just a 1-hour premiere, just to give you a taste of kind of what to expect. The full show will be a 2-hour show every Wednesday from 7 to 9. And
Eastern Island time. And it will begin this Wednesday. So, yes, you get 3 hours of us all in 1 week. I don't know whether to celebrate with you or apologize to you, but we're going to make it work. B-Man and Michelle say it's not easy to fly the plane, but it's fun as hell. And he is absolutely right.
Well, because I was looking and, I can't find the autopilot button, so we're doing what we can do, and it'll all be good, for sure. I was talking to earlier in the week, and last week's show, I believe, the Tiki Man was picking on the hippie chick, and because
I'm shocked,
because for her love of the wine, and he talks about how many bottles and jugs and boxes that she's been going through, and she says, I'm not drinking that. And and that's been the ongoing thing. He's just really been riding her about that. But I'm here and I'm going to stick up for the hippie chick.
Yeah,
because I know exactly what's happening.
What's that?
There's a hole in the bottle.
There are many people who drink in moderation with no problems, social, moral, or medical. They have learned to enjoy liquor without letting it upset the functioning of their body and mind. It relaxes you, makes you more congenial.
I just had one
This
sip.
helps make a gathering cheerful and friendly.
It ain't my fault, so don't blame me. I swear I just came here to unwind and have one drink. The way it looks ain't what you think. This Cabernet has a way of vanishing on me. There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all this wine. It's already empty, it ain't even supper time. Honey, no, I don't miss it. In fact, it slipped my mind. There's a hole in the bottle of wine. I keep my cool, play by all the rules. I swear 10 minutes ago that bottle was full. I won't cry about love gone wrong. one was broken. Now this one's halfway gone, and it's barely even open. There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all this wine. It's already empty, and it ain't even supper time. Honey, no, I don't listen. In fact, it slipped my mind. There's a hole in the bottle of wine. You may ask me where it's going, but I can't even find the hole in the bottle of wine.
She has abused her system, and she's paying for it.
That's right, Tiki Man. The hippie chick has a hole in her bottle, so she's not drinking that much.
And hippie chick Patty Smith says she has the same problem, so it's not just you.
Well, you have that problem too.
On the rare occasion that I drink wine, yes, I do. There's a reason I don't drink it very often.
The girl can drink, but not wine very well.
My kids learned way too much about me whenever I drink wine. I have a tendency to tell all my secrets.
Mm-hmm. Well, you take that after your mother.
That's true. That's true.
Her mom,
Margarita.
Her mom passed away recently, but I'm going to tell you that we spent some nights on the back deck getting Mom a little tipsy. And, you know, one of the things Mom always had to do was get up on the table and dance, because she's like, it just has to be done.
And you know, sober, the poor woman at that point couldn't hardly walk across the house without help, but she could climb up on that picnic table and dance on it if she had enough margaritas.
It always cracked me up because your dad was like, what the hell are you doing, woman? But, you know, that's the kind of family, Lou
I told you, we're a bunch of hillbillies. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, when Lou and I first got together, the girls all looked at me and said, run.
They did. That's a true story.
I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. Well, you know.
He learned.
So, you know, definitely a lot of our stories are going to be from, I think you'll find out, I've always been on the short end of the stick and everything. So it's just kind of the way that goes. So. And everything. And Alan Golden's out there. He's been clapping us for us this whole time we've been out there. It's kind of nice to have, you know, that moral support, not only with those that's on YouTube, kind of chiming in with us and wishing us luck. You know, got Golden out there, J-Man's waving, Hip Chick. They're all out there clapping. So evidently we haven't screwed up too bad
I
yet.
guess, yeah.
So, but, you know, thinking of the Goldens, you know, there's some of the people, you know, that we've met since we moved down here that have to turn out to be fantastic friends.
Yeah.
You know, whenever we've needed somebody, you know, they've been right there. So.
Yeah, whether it's to help us out or whether it's just to have a good time. They're always the Goldens, the looks, everybody.
I think the Tiki Man's out there holding up. He's found a hole in his bottle. He's out there. He's out there holding up his Key West smugglers.
Oh.
So, see, let me get the camera right. Key West smuggler. Yes, he's out there. I think he found a hole in his whiskey bottle. So, but you know, like I said, the Goldens, the looks, you know, everybody that we've made, you know, great friends. You know, and when we moved down here around the lake, you know, to me, I love water. And I've always wanted to live, you know, I wanted to live by the ocean, but moving close to the lake, I've kind of come a little bit of a lake body, kind of a lot like you.
Listen, anywhere there's water, I'm good.
Well, you know, we got into kayaking and all that and everything, you know, because that was our desperate attempt to try to get on the water. Because, you know, there's nothing more, you know, more frustrating when you're living next to the the lake. And you drive past, you see all them boats and them people out there and, you know, enjoying all their water sports, and then you don't have a boat. Right. You don't have friends with a boat. You're just
and there is such a thing as boat envy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, boat envy is very, very real.
We cussed them every time we drove over the lake.
We'd drive past there going, bastards.
That's right.
And, you know, there was always that one cove back there in the lake. You know, we called it the Redneck Yacht Club because, you know, everybody back there in the boats and have a good time and all that and everything. And then, you know, we ran across, you know, the looks and the Goldens and everything. And they're like, hey, we own boats. So, you know, the next best thing to owning a boat is having friends with boats.
I've heard boat owners say that that's better than owning the boat.
I think so. Don't have to put it in the water, don't have to maintain it, you don't have to do anything. Just show up, hop
Bring
on the boat,
our cooler
take a
of
ride.
beer and get on. Yep.
But like I said, we got to enjoy a lot of time out there on the lake, and I'm sure we're going to be able to do it again this year. Hopefully,
Yep.
hopefully.
I was told this morning, yes, we are.
So I think Kevin and Alan and I think we have I don't know who else is coming. We got a fishing trip already planned to get out there on that lake.
Yep.
And everything. But like I said, the having that boat envy was a real deal. But finally, thanks to them, we got to become kind of stowaway and become
Part-time members.
Part-time members of of that daggone Redneck Yacht Club.
I'm meeting my buddies out on the lake. We're headed out to a special place we love that just a few folks know. There's no signing up, no monthly dues. Take your Johnson, your Mercury, or your Evan Root and fired up. Beat us out at Party Cove. Come on in, the water's fine. Just idle on over and toss us a line. Fast tractors, mail liners, and a party barge strung together like a floating trailer park. Anchored out and getting loud all summer long. Side to side, there's 5 houseboat front porches, AstroTurf lawn chairs and tiki torches. Regular Joes rocking the boat, that's us, the Redneck Yacht Club. Bermuda's flip-flops and a tank top tan. He popped his first top at 10 a.m. That's Bob, he's our president. We're checking out the girls on the upper deck, rubbing in the 15 SPF. It's hot, everybody's jumping in. Later on when the sun goes down, we'll pull out the jar and that old guitar and pass them around. Bass trackers, mail liners, and a party barge strung together like a floating trailer park. Anchored out and getting loud all summer long. Side by side, there's 5 houseboat front porches, AstroTurf lawn chairs and tiki torches. Regular Joes rocking the boat, that's us, the Redneck Yacht Club. When the party's over and we're all alone, we'll be making waves in a no-wake zone. Fast trackers, mail liners, and a party barge strung together like a floating trailer park. Anchored out and getting loud all summer long. Side by side, there's 5 houseboat front porches, AstroTurf lawn chairs and tiki torches. The Regular Joes rocking the boat, that's us, the Redneck Yacht Club. Redneck Yacht Club. Redneck Yacht Club.
Okay, well that didn't work out the way I thought. I thought I had another song queued up there, but evidently I didn't click the right button. So
That's all right.
it happens.
Yeah.
So who else is over there chiming in?
Oh, I told you Patty Smith said she has the same problem. And Z-Razor said, this song always reminds me of my boating days at Pickwick Lake in Yellow Creek.
Pickwick Lake.
Yeah.
Where's Yellow Creek?
I don't know. Where is that?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to chime in. He'll let us know. Maybe.
And the folks from Legends Travel are still listening in, so...
Hey, Joe, thank you very much for tuning in.
Thanks, Joe. He said everything sounds great.
I'm glad, because, you know, I don't get nervous very often, because, you know, I'm just kind of, you know, an outgoing guy, but, you know, this here, being on the radio is easy. You know, the sitting and the talking part and back and forth, that's the easy part. What was me nervous was, okay, so on top of that, you know, you're controlling the board, and then, you know, Tiki Man says, well, you got to throw in, you got to be on YouTube.
Yep,
and
right.
It's like, wait a minute. So he all of a sudden just kept throwing balls in the air. I'm just learning how to juggle, and he's throwing balls in the air at me, and I'm like, oh, no.
Well, like he says, you just got to jump in and do it. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, with us, you're going to find out a lot can go wrong. We, you know, our slogan is when he says what could possibly go wrong, we say, hold my beer.
Right.
I'll show you what can go wrong.
We got the Tiki Man with the cowboy hat coming in.
Hold on. Look at that.
Oh, am I on?
Wait, we got to switch some cameras. Y'all got to see this.
Are you on?
Yeah, he's on.
Hello. Can you hear
Hey.
me?
He's got the cowboy hat, the whiskey.
I heard there was, you know, this is pretty good Key West Smugglers whiskey I got here. But, yeah, I heard there was a country show going on in here, but
I like the cowboy hat.
usually I run the gift shop after the show, and I'm also the maintenance guy, but, you know.
So I guess the first question is, how we doing, boss?
Hey, I think you guys are doing great. I think you're onto something big here. I think everybody there's a whole lot of people watching on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for all the support that you're giving these guys out here. This is the premiere of a good show.
I hope so. I think we're having a good time.
I can actually see where I'd be like, you know, I'm going to take off this Sunday. Y'all just kind of run with it. You're doing that good. I think you're doing that great.
Well, thank you.
Well,
that means a lot.
We definitely appreciate that, and we appreciate the opportunity that you've given us to. I know it can't be easy, you know, because this is your baby. Everybody knows this is your baby.
It's true. Yeah.
So for you to, you know, to give the controls to somebody else is a really big deal, and we can't thank you enough for that.
Well, I think it's good to see your children to get out. You know, like, you know, listen. So you're going to chop that wood yourself? Okay. Well, you need an axe. Oh, you bought your own axe too. All right. Good luck with that. Try not to cut your arm off. All right.
Right.
I'll be in the house drinking some Smuggler's whiskey.
And you know what he said earlier was true. He literally looked at us and said, "You're going to screw this up, just so
right.
you know.
Yeah.
But it'll be fine."
Well, I mean, actually, you know, you guys are very good at what you do. I mean, you got some great stories. I mean, Lou, your background and everything in country music, I mean, I don't think people realize all that you have done. We get so wrapped up in the Sunday show that they don't get to hear all that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we've been talking about this for some time.
Well over a year.
And
Yeah.
I think that I think it's a good thing. I do.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know.
you. That means a lot.
You got so much experience and so many stories to tell. You tie into music and all that stuff. And you guys are natural. I mean, you've been doing radio for how long?
I'm beginning my 4th year here at Tiki Man Radio.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
And I was a part-timer till today. But I'm here.
I'm just glad we built this studio. I don't know if y'all both could have gotten the old studio together.
I don't think so.
I don't know. We've fit in some pretty tight places together.
Well, I've come out of the closet. Where I like to call it. But, all right, I don't want to take up your time. I just want to say hi to everybody and thank you all for the support and everybody that is out there listening to you guys. Really means a lot. And hopefully we have a sponsor coming up this week, talking to Polly Shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you guys some shirts sent over here so you can wear them or whatever. But
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I could see some Hawaiian shirts with cowboy hats.
Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't that look pretty sharp?
Yeah. Well, you notice I traded my Tiki Man hat for the cowboy hat.
I did.
Well, you are the man of many hats.
Well, I am. That reminds me, I'm also the maintenance guy. I got to go.
Thanks, Danny.
I'm glad the boss is happy with how everything is going so far. Again, we can't thank him and Heather enough for allowing us to, try this adventure to see how it goes, and hopefully everybody listening is enjoying, what we're putting out there.
And we're going to change the reputation of country music. You know, before, country music reputation is everybody crying in their beer and their truck getting stolen and their dog dying and they're getting a divorce. And we're going to do all kinds of country music that is nothing but a positive message, having a good time, drinking some beer, enjoying the sun and the sand.
And I'm going to tell you what, when we were doing the prep for the show, I'm like, okay, well, everybody know Kenny Chesney and, Zach Brown Band, So, when I started doing the research, I'm like, okay, and Gene talked about beach music coming out of Nashville.
Yep.
So it was like, okay, so let's do a little research and find out, how much beach music is coming out of Nashville. And, I started researching back, and I started finding, songs from, back in the 80s, 90s, everybody from Clint Black to George Strait. A lot of artists have not only put out their own, trop, coastal kind of vibe music. So has the lake life. They're talking about the water and the boats. So it's always been a close connection with country music and the beach.
Jimmy Buffett even did a duets album with a lot of country music artists.
Yep, and believe it or not, and I apologize, please don't hate me, but I wasn't ever really exposed to Jimmy Buffett and Parrot heads and things like that. I really didn't even know what it really was. Everybody knew Margaritaville. I knew the staple song, Cheeseburger in Paradise. Matter of fact, where we used to live, there was a Cheeseburger in Paradise that was there for a short time, but it just didn't take off, and they kind of moved on. But when we first moved down here and we met Danny and the River City Parrot heads, we really got turned on to the music, and through that we've met a lot of artists that a lot of great artists have come through here that we've had the opportunity to meet. And Donovan Lee, and we've met Chris Bellamy, and
amazing talent.
It just I can't sit here and name everybody that's come through here that we've met that really opened our horizons. And and as we listen to the music, you start realizing, especially when you start getting introduced to a lot of the trop rock and coastal artists that we were completely new to. And you hear their songs like, that actually has a country vibe to it. So that's one of the things on the show is that, we're not only going to highlight, the mainstream artists that you hear regularly on mainstream radio and everything. We're going to try to, even with them, we're going to try to pull out some songs that weren't popular, may not even been single releases. But we're also going to focus on those independent artists, from our trop rock family, our coastal family.
That's the big thing with Tiki Man Radio, is the independent artists and promoting those artists, and that's what we're going to continue to do on this show as well.
Because I was surprised. There were people that we've already we've met, we've heard their music. I go back in their archives and start, and when you start hearing some with banjos and things like that, and it's like, wow. So there's a country vibe within. I think they kind of blend well together. They go hand in hand. So that's going to be our goal with the show, is to kind of blend that, give you a little bit of the new, the old, the familiar and the unfamiliar, all at the same time.
Yep.
So when we talk about the people that we've met and the independent artists and everything, one of the first people that we met, who's a super great guy, and who definitely stepped for the forefront, bringing country, down into the forefront, and became really, really good friends with ours here at Tiki Man Radio, is Donovan Lee Carpenter. So how about we just hit with another beach song?
Sounds great.
We've had Jimmy, the Beach Boys, and Kenny. I think old Zach Brown, he's on board. Sing about the salty air, where you can let down your hair. What the world needs now is another beach song. What the world needs now is another beach song. Something fun and breezy to sing along. been getting too much sun. What the world needs now is another beach song. Turn off the tube and the politics too. Don't wanna read no more fake news. Prop me next to my favorite palm tree, where I can just do me. What the world needs now is another beach song. What the world needs now is another beach song. Something fun and breezy to sing along. Take a frown, turn it upside down. If you're lost, you can always be found around a tiki bar, singing another beach song. What the world needs now is another beach song. Something fun and breezy to sing along. Take a frown, turn it upside down. If you're lost, you can always be found around the tiki bar, singing another beach song. Around the tiki bar, singing another beach song.
Donovan Lee Carpenter. He's such a heck of a guy, very talented guy, and we've had a lot of good times here around the tiki bar with him and his wife. They're just fantastic people.
Yeah, the first time I ever met him, they were out there at the tiki bar having some drinks with us and two-stepping out there around the pool, so that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, probably brought back old memories for you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I got a couple other shout-outs here.
Okay.
The beautiful Sean Crawley says, you are juggling things very, very well.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Tiki Man, everybody loves your cowboy hat. And Pickwick Lake is on the Tennessee River, south of Savannah, Tennessee, at Pickwick Dam Reservoir.
Hey, I think that's going to have to be one of our road trips this summer.
It is. It is. I'm going to have to check it out. I love just taking road trips and checking out new places, especially when there's a lake or water involved. So we will definitely have to do that.
Would you believe how fast this hour just went?
No.
Just like that, an hour has slipped by.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember, every Wednesday night, beginning this coming Wednesday, February 3rd, we will be on our normal time slot from 7 to 9
7 to
p.m.
9. Mm-hmm.
We're going to get you through that hump day, so.
And we'll be halfway home, ready to shove on to the weekend.
Absolutely. So we thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Everybody for tuning in for the show. And
help us spread the word.
Yes. So we're gonna close out a show and with just sending you guys much love and good vibes.
See you, everybody.
Some forget way down south to the Friday night home crowd. We'll throw back a few and grab some barbecue. There's always something country going down. That's my stomping ground.